Okay? So we're going to get into the BOS system. Okay? The BOS system, the first one is personality masteries. We just talked about the 5 questions to ask yourself to participate in healthy communication. All right? Did any of you on your group session here consider whether it was true, whether it was necessary, whether it was helpful to the other person, whether it's the best time to say it, or whether you're the best person to say it? Did any of you consider any of those?
I think all of us did.
Okay.
We said.
All right. Did that change the outcome that you anticipated?
Slightly.
Okay. How so?
We addressed, I asked, Ed was sharing something, I said, I don't want to be the Mark Boersma on this, but is this necessary?
Right.
And he said, yeah, because it's a win. I'm like, oh, okay.
Right. Good. So we're talking about personalities. That's excellent. Okay. So in order to get more prospects to clients, we have to master these 3 things: personality, the 530 grid, and the natural laws. All right? So the first thing is the DNA of people, the DNA of business, and the DNA of life. This is the BOS system. Personality, masteries, 530 grid, and natural laws. DNA for people is figuring out who you're talking to and how they like to be communicated with. The second thing is once you have that, now you have a system and a pattern and actually to do your business in. This doesn't change what you do, whether it's real estate or whether it's financial services or whether it's a non-for-profit or whether it's building organizations. It's the same thing for everything on the planet. Okay? But you've got to have a system and a pattern in order to do business so it's not just random. It's not like these pennies where you just kind of like, oh, I'll just keep throwing pennies at it and maybe magically a dollar will appear. Okay? That's what happens in our business. We can't do that. And then to understand the natural laws that tie them all together. Like the cluster principle. Like the cluster principle, which clearly states that it's not uncommon for those that are making buying or selling decisions that know 3 to 9 other people that make the same buying and selling decisions at the same time. So why settle for a 1, 2, 3, 100 call? I made 100 calls and I got a sale. I guess I got to make 100 more to get a sale. Wrong thinking. This is what we're going to help you do, okay? So, the BOS system, and so the first person that's going to come up is DNA for people, and who's that going to be? Mark Schreiber, all the way from Michigan. Come on up. Give Mark a giant hand. Hey, I tell you what, I've known Mark for a number of years, and it's really cool. He made the trip all the way from Michigan, all right, to be here to do the DNA for people. We're going to set this up here so people can see that. Take it away, Mark. It's all you.
Okay, do we need this one?
Sure.
Okay. Okay. Well, we're going to talk about the DNA for people, and basically, I'm just going to give you kind of a nutshell. We're not going to drill down too deep on it, but generally, science has shown that people have personality traits or temperaments, and they're generally in 4 quadrants: task-oriented, people-oriented, introverted, extroverted, those kind of things. And those, if you've been involved with Synergy, you've likely been asked, in order, what shape would you like best? A ball, a pyramid, a cube, or a wavy line? And each one of these things, people that gravitate towards a specific shape generally kind of gravitate towards a similar behavior pattern in how they do things. And I'm just going to go through that a little bit, and then I'm going to share about how it made a huge impact on me just in the last couple months. So I'm going to put this down. When you look at the cube here, it's the analytical person, and it's really great because we have all these cheat sheets that can help you learn this. So you don't have to be oh, I don't know how to learn this. Yes, you do. Can you read? You can learn. The analytical, what they want is they want to have they want their T's crossed, their I's dotted, this is what I want to know. What they want is information, statistic, outline. They want a clear path. And what happens is when you're asking them to make decisions, they tend to not make decisions quickly because they want to know all the details before they make a decision. And so they will work with you if you will help them understand it, if it makes sense to them. Okay? So that's your analytical person, that's the cube. If you look at the driver, that's a pyramid. And the driver is kind of like go, 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 go. Actually, I'm going to do, yeah, I'll hold off on that. So a driver, what do you want to do? You want to help them and you want to show them how what you're doing and how you can share with them will help them reach their goals. Their whole thing is, yeah, I want a goal, let's go. That's the driver. The things you don't want to do is one thing they don't like is they don't like things to be out of control, because as a driver they want to set the direction. And so they will work with you because it makes sense. You'll have to make sense of how things go together. Now, the amiable, that is represented by the wavy line. Nope, sorry, ball, I got it. Jumping right out of me, the ball. The amiable is, they like the relationship. They're more about getting to know them, getting to know the team, and it's all about building trust. They will do business with you because they know, like, and trust you. What they don't like is they don't like conflict, and they don't like you to push them too hard, because they're kind of more the steady Eddie kind of guy that's kind of chill, no big deal. And if you cause a lot of conflict and do that, they're going to back away and probably not do business with you. They will work with you because they trust you and they will help the team. They're a team player. They want to be a part of a team that works. They don't necessarily want to be in the spotlight like the driver might want to be, but they're a good person to have on your team. And lastly is the expressive, which is the wavy line. And I'm kind of an expressive. I like to have fun. They make the process fun, and you can show them how to win or offer, and you give them much praise. So if it's boring or not fun, they're just like, I don't want to do this, I don't see the point. And you don't give them a lot of details, because details aren't fun, although sometimes the devil's in the details. So you have to work with them because it's fun and they will enjoy it. And so that's kind of a basic overview. And so what you want to do, and the whole point of this, is you want to be able to identify who you're dealing with. Because if you're dealing with a driver, and you're a guy like me that likes to tell stories, because stories are fun and I like stories, the driver's like, I don't have time for you. So if you can identify that the driver is who you're dealing with, talk to them the way they would like to be interacted with. Engage with them the way they like to engage. When you answer these questions of what things you tend to like most and what things cause you the most frustration, you're just trying to identify those type of things. And we all have a natural bend. When you go through this process, there's like numbers that are assigned. Like, I like the driver first. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, or what have you. In my particular case, Mark said something a couple months ago, because he was frustrated with me, because generally I have a tendency at times to be lazy, sloppy, and undisciplined. I don't know if anybody else has ever heard that. But he says, Mark, I don't even know how to deal with you. Mark Boersma said to me, he says, Mark, I don't know how to deal with you. Because my profile is even. I have an even score in all the quadrants. Mm-hmm. So depending on the environment, like in my business and I'm doing my billing, has to be right, has to be done, has to da. When I'm managing my guys, I'm the driver. Okay, I need you guys to go to this place, do this work, and follow up with me with what you need. When I'm the amiable and analytic, I can be with a customer that I can kind of feel out a bit, and I like to tell stories. A lot of my customers are baby boomers, so they're elderly people, and they move much slower than kind of the world that we live in. So they like to tell stories, and they like to hear stories. So I'm really good in that spot because I like stories. I lost track here for a second. So in the amiable, it's just the wrong side here. It's about building a team and about building a trust. And so when Mark said to me, I don't know how to deal with you. You're not bipolar, you're quadpolar. And at first I was like, well, I know I'm bipolar, but geez, kick a guy when he's down. But then I thought, that's it. Being quadpolar, at least for me, is the best thing on the planet. Because if I can just identify who I'm dealing with and how they want to be engaged with, if I'm balanced in all of them, I can step into that role very quickly. Where some people, you know how they say opposites attract? My wife is the exact opposite. Asking her to get up here, she'd go to the bathroom. Go on, not happening. it's difficult for some people to engage in different areas. You know, if I'm standing on 4 squares here, you know, some people I'm in this square and I don't really no, I don't want to go there. So if we can learn to just really engage with people the way they would like to be engaged, it's going to help the process. So what we have to do in personality mastery is we have to master the ability to identify how we're going to communicate with people and how we can best serve them.
Excellent. Good job. So how can we help somebody who is maybe an analytic become quad polar? How can we help them? Because if it is about being quad polar, do you get the idea? I mean, if you're quad polar, then you can step into any of those. So you just need to know when to do that. What have you found that has helped you and your quad polarness, if that's a word, in order to identify and help convert prospects to clients faster and make money?
Well, really, it's you know, I've been exposed to this stuff for decades, but it's finally clicked.
Okay.
And so how I can help them is just really to identify them as quickly as possible and just engage with them as soon as possible in their way.
Everybody get a card? Look at the section that says, we'll do business with you because. The side that says, we'll do business with you because. All right? Dave, could you read the amiable? Could you read everything in the amiable section under, we'll do business with you because.
You get to know and learn about them personally and build trust.
Okay, what don't you do?
You don't cause conflict. You don't push too hard.
Okay, and then they'll work with you because what?
They trust you and you'll help build a team.
Okay? But identifying the personality is important to know that, because if you're dealing with a driver, Steve, could you read the driver and what you should do? Because they're going to do business with you and you're going to convert that prospect to clients faster. What should they do?
Help them achieve their goals, how they will take action and benefit.
So if that person is a driver and you just want to get in there and know the team and get them to know them personally and build trust, as the driver might understand it, but it may not convert them to a client as fast. Okay, do you get the idea?
Yeah.
Hang on to this. You know what? What's wrong with hanging on to this like Mark did, right? Look, on your phone calls, just put it in front of you. When you're meeting with somebody, look, I don't care if you walk up to somebody and you start asking them questions about their personality and you have to do this. Okay. Okay. You like stories? Okay. What are they going to say? What's this?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm learning personality masteries. And I'm just trying to see if I can convert you to a prospect, to a client faster. I just got to figure out what you want. Okay. That honesty will blow people away. What's wrong with doing that? And that's being a leader. Isn't that being the dancing guy? Right? Hang on to this and just do it in front of them. Right? And they get too good and then all of a sudden they, then you think you know something. But Mark, you did a great job.
Thanks.
Excellent job. Quad polar. Let's get to be quad polar, okay? Yeah.
You're going to coin that phrase.
Quad polar. I love that.